So we've got to talk about that rain headed our way. People living in the recent burn zones are once again bracing for possible mud and debris flows. Mario in the Palisades with the latest on how they're preparing for the storm.
Residents living near recent burn scars or in low-lying areas can take advantage of free sandbags. They're being offered at fire stations 37 and 38 here in Pasadena as residents brace for the next storm system from one area of concern to another. Crews in the Palisades spent the weekend stacking sandbags, getting ready for what could be the first major storm of the season. City workers also dropping K-rails along streets below the January burn areas, and this is all part of a push to keep mud and debris from rushing into homes and neighborhoods once that rain starts falling. Officials say recent burn scars from the fires earlier this year remain unstable, and even light to moderate rain could send hillsides sliding. Crews, they're really trying to prevent the type of chaos that hit in February. Take a look. Firefighters seen shouting at drivers to turn around on PCH after an LA fire vehicle was swept into the ocean. The firefighter inside made it out safely, but that same storm left knee-deep mud clogging intersections and flooding streets from Malibu to the Palisades. Residents know it's a stark reminder of just how quickly these slopes can give way.
The mud covered the road and they blocked it off. I got stuck down at the bottom. My dog was up there. We ended up staying in a hotel that night.
And the city of Sierra Madre below the Eden Fire burn scar saw several flooded streets back in February's winter storm. In nearby Pasadena, this message from the city.
If you're in the impacted area that has experienced loss of homes and or you've been evacuated for several months due to the Eden Fire, evacuate if told to do so. Don't wait.
Ahead of the storm, Governor Newsom announcing the state has pre-deployed resources into Southern California, including dozers, hand crews, and helicopters. In Pasadena, I'm Mario Ramirez, Fox 11 News.
And yes, indeed, we are anticipating the arrival of that storm system, really the bulk of it later tonight into the overnight hours and tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning is going to look very different from what we saw earlier this morning. There's the main cold front. It is up north. We are picking up some light moisture out here over SoCal. So we'll call that prefrontal showers. We're kind of sandwiched in between a lot of moisture, actually. We've got some subtropical moisture to our east coming up from the south. And then we've got this area of low pressure also helping to bring up that moisture from the south. So we're in between. Don't be surprised if you get some of those sprinkles if you're heading out here momentarily. But the main cold front, we're going to show you here. This is the timeline on our computer model. Watch as it moves down the coast. I would say by later this evening, you'll start to notice the shower activity in Ventura County first. And then as we get into 10 p.m., the rest of LA County will start to get some of that shower activity. By 1 a.m., we're going to get some heavy downpours. Portions of the upper desert or the high desert areas will get some of that heavier rain. And then by tomorrow morning, just in time for the morning commute, maybe you heading out to school here in Orange County in the Inland Empire, you will get that light to moderate rainfall with some heavier downpours expected throughout the morning. And then into the afternoon, you can see how that cold front, for the most part, is moving into parts of Orange County in the Inland Empire. Behind this cold front will be a lot of cold air. So you're going to feel a huge difference. And you'll know when that cold front has passed because it's going to be windy and it's going to be cold. Some leftover spotty showers in the afternoon, evening tomorrow. Again, you can see hit and miss showers. And then I think by Wednesday morning, you'll see an improvement with some leftover pop-up sprinkles here and there. Wednesday afternoon, much better weather, much drier conditions. How much rain you're asking? Quite significant, actually, anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inches of rain between now and Wednesday for the coast and valleys, upwards of 1.5 inches to even 3+ inches for the mountains and foothills. So needless to say, we do have flood watches that are going into effect later today. All of the areas shaded in this green color here. We have wind advisories as well for portions of the mountains and the deserts. So if you've got a high-profile vehicle, you want to be careful, extra careful, and maybe delay your travel if you are headed up into the high country. Also, if you can work from home tomorrow, that would be a good idea. If you can work remotely, if that's your option, that would be good. 70 degrees today along the coast, down to the 60s tomorrow. Downtown LA, Inland Orange County, 69 today. That is significantly cooler than yesterday, and only in the low 60s tomorrow. So there's where you can tell it's going to feel more like winter tomorrow with these cold temperatures, and then we'll start to slowly warm things up closer to average as we get to the weekend. 71 in the valleys to that 64 tomorrow. The mountains really cold, especially at night. It's going to get down to freezing or below freezing. 56 for that high today, only 44 tomorrow with those nighttime overnight lows in the 20s. We could get some snow up in the higher elevations too. We get 1 to 4 inches here locally with lots of snow expected up in the Sierra Nevada. 83 in the low desert in Palm Springs. Scattered showers tomorrow there, with that temperature dipping to around 74 degrees. The weekend looks good, though. Warmer in the upper 80s. That's it. Back to you, 3.
All right, Maria, thank you. We do have breaking news in Torrance.